Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Shadows Within, brought to you by the Shadowed City. I am your host, Larry, and we are here to go over a show that passed today, IZW, and Nightmare on Bourbon Street Part 2. I have for Part 1. I posted up photos for Part 1 and 2, if you guys would like to check those out. And I figured, why not? Let's go over that, and we shall also go over the IZW show today. Also, stay tuned for Carnage TV by SPW tomorrow. Should be fantastic. Now, I think we'll get started with Nightmare on Bourbon Street Night 2, as I have gone over Night 1, and like I said, the photos are posted up for both nights. If you guys like to check those out, shared them out to prospective groups. Pretty amazing stuff. No. To kick off the show was a 2 out of 3 falls, and it was between Rose Wilson and Melissa Rain. And whew, what a vicious battle it was. Melissa and Rose definitely put on a hell of a showing, as they do every single time. And in the end, it was Melissa Rain walking out victorious. There was a steel cage match between Big Motherfucking Lou versus Jack Motherfucking Graves, with Jack Motherfucking Graves walking out victorious. Was a battle between the two, and they have faced off before. Their battles are always epic and a classic. Next up was a Bourbon Street Fight no holds barred between Primetime JoJo and Big Motherfucking T. It was a war, as JoJo used to be a member of the Wolfpack, but when he left, Big T did not take that too lightly, so he challenged him to this matchup, and this is what led to that. And in the end, JoJo walked out victorious. Next up was Jack Rogers and Joey Samuels versus the Wolfpack's John Robb and Buster Anderson, and what people call matchup of the night for Part 2, as Jack Rogers and Joey Samuels walked out victorious. Battle of the Aces between Ace and Ace Green. That was another classic, to be sure, and in the end, Ace walked out victorious. Extreme Rules MXG versus Tyler Quinn, and it was extreme, I tell you. Like I said, if you missed it, go check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Both nights were incredible from start to finish. And in the end, MXG walked out victorious. Next was a Hell in a Cell between what we thought was going to be AJ, but it was Breaker. And Breaker walked out against the Nightmare Briggs in a war. That was the co-main event, and it could have gone either way, but Nightmare Briggs walked out victorious. And the cap off the night was the men's Iron Survivor, and it was for the Iron Kings Championship. The Mighty, who qualified in night 1, versus Lord Jake, versus Craig Mack, versus Kabuki Dragon, versus Billy Barber, versus Ghost Edwards, versus Eddie Walker, versus the champion Shinjo, with Lord Jake walking out victorious. And Mr. Woods is gathering up for his next event. That should be coming up on another holiday. The holiday is unsure for right now, but I can't wait to see it, and I hope everybody stays tuned for that. Next up, IZW. Had a show today on Crossfire, and some things were revealed, and some news has been going around. The buzz is happening. If you haven't heard, there are groups arising once more, with one of the groups being the Nightmare Legion. And the Nightmare Legion, represented by Britt Graves and Sarah Simpson, took on the Sisters of Decay, Kendra Grimm and Violet Grimm, the daughters of Wes Grimm. with Nightmare Legion walking out victorious in a ruthless matchup that could have gone either way. And what a way to cap off the show. I think that was one of the longest matches of the night besides the main event. Next up was a 2 out of 3 Evil Gwen versus Nina Schmidt in a all-time classic as Nina Schmidt walked out victorious and Evil Gwen put up a great fight. Next up, 5-way elimination between John Wigginton, Johnny Superkicks, Aaron James, Big T, and Ultimo. And in the end, Aaron James walked out victorious in a bloody mess, and it was a ruthless win for him, and who knows where he shall go from here. Underground between Artemis and Kaiva Frost, with Kaiva Frost walking out victorious. A fatal 4-way between Eddie the Phantom Walker versus Redmayne versus Reese the Destroyer versus Buster Anderson, with Reese the Destroyer walking out victorious. A tornado tag match between Angel Bryant and Amaya Bryant, the Faces of Fear, versus Violence Incarnate, Jessica Troy and Riley. As it was a ruthless battle from both teams and all ladies going to war. And in the end, it was the Faces of Fear walking out victorious. Falls Count Anywhere, Lewis West took on Travell Daniel, with Lewis West walking out victorious. 2 out of 3 Extreme Rules, Jack Grades versus Andre Robinson. And what a way to go, as it was Jack Grades walking out victorious. It was Nightmare Legion's night, that is for sure. Next up in the cap off the night, it was a gauntlet eliminator between Big Motherfucking Lou, Aiden Williams, Rusty Steele, Ghost Edwards, Primetime JoJo, Alexander Colt, AJ Woods, Harnage, Insidious, and CJ Frost. And in the end, Rusty Steele walked out victorious. And what a war it was. And ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing a war room possibly later today. Stay tuned for that. And also, I am hoping to get in a Dark City Cinema this week. The day is unknown, but I am going to start making sure that that is weekly. I really love that show. Want to do more of it. And if it's not weekly, every few weeks or something. I want to make sure I keep that going. We're hoping to get another Breaking Kayfabe in the future. And stay tuned for SPW Anarchy Archives. November 10th, we return, and that will be a two-show special because we'll be doing it the day that it returns and then the Sunday as planned, as we always did it on Sundays. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody has a great day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be, and peace out.